Two strings. Late ill kid at OneYoungsta, holding down, bringing you that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today we're gonna be reviewing, that's right, Kubo and the Two Strings. And I can't do this without my girl Lisa.
Hello.
Yeah, we up in this joint. And before we get started, Lisa, what's your score for this film?
I give it a good 4.
You know what? I was on the 4, but I had to push it to 4.5. I had to push it to 4.5. I really enjoyed it. This movie is so well done. Now, before we get started, just to let you know, Kubo and the Two Strings, if you weren't already up on it, Kubo is a young boy that goes on an adventure trying to find a few artifacts that will allow him to, let's say, right the wrongs of the past. So, Lisa, what you think about the movie?
I thought it was really great. I love the creativity of it. I think that's probably what I love the most, is that it was just a really creative story. And like we talked about earlier, I love that you know, this is a story, of course, involving a different culture, and they didn't exploit the culture, or they didn't put in a lot of negative or offensive stereotypes. It was just a story that's, you know, in a different culture, and so I really could appreciate that.
Yeah, it definitely, it showed, like, you know, the culture, the people, and the village, and just like him, everyone who was living and working, and even Kubo's stories, the way that it was done very respectfully, very tastefully, and just like masterfully, like animated. Like, that's one thing I want to definitely get into before I talk about the story. Like, just the way it's done, you know, the stop motion animation has come so far from where I remember it as a child, and like this movie is top quality. And like Laika Studios, like, I'll be honest, there are other films that they've made haven't really been on my radar, but the second I saw the trailer for this, I was sold. And I believe that the trailer that they give you, the movie that they're selling in the trailer, you get all that and more in the film. Like, this story is amazing. This is a true adventure story with some great fight scenes in there and some wonderful, like, you know, just like imaginative magic. It's just refreshing to see something that's not only original and new, but something that's also good. Well, not even good, great. This is a great time at the theater. But so what do you think about just Kubo in general, like the child, you know, of Kubo?
I liked him because, you know, given his situation, he had to kind of take on some really adult responsibilities, but he still was a child. You know, he still, you could see him dealing with his feelings as a child, and you know, his relationship with his mother, and, you know, his questions about his other family, those kind of things. So you still saw him as a child, even though he was dealing with adult situations, and I like that.
Yeah, I think it's really cool when a film can say, hey, we're definitely, you know, we're accessible to children, but we're going to deal with adult themes, but through the eyes of a child. You know, being able to say, like, you know, there's children that really go through a lot of adult situations, and, you know, we don't always have to pander to, you know, slapstick jokes and sight gags. Like, kids can handle, like, some more serious themes. And I really enjoyed it, man. So, Lisa, what would you say as far as, I guess, recommending? Should people see this in the theater?
I would say yes. Find you a nice theater where there are no children running around being disruptive, and yes, see this in the theater.
Yes, we ain't even gonna go there, but yes, you know, definitely go out to the theater and see this. Like, it's worth it. It is so worth it. And I was glad to see that even though it's on its second weekend, Kubo did have about, I'd say probably about 30% of the theater filled. And it's definitely worth it. The animation is worth it. The story is worth it. The fight scenes are worth it. Just the scale of what this movie covers and the images that it provides through like the direction and cinematography, it's worth it. So it's just dope. I can't even come up with another word to describe how dope it is. This movie is just quality. This movie is just quality all around.
Yeah, kids as well as adults would enjoy it. I would say it was mostly adults in the theater, quite honestly.
Yeah. Like
there were
older
just
teens to like adults, maybe.
Yeah, there were just a few kids, in the theater, and I think it's something that adults and children could both enjoy.
Word. So before we get out of here, Lisa, is there anything else you want to tell the people?
No.
All right. Well, of course, VA what up, LA what up, RVA you got my heart, and never forget, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.
Bye.